What is up, everybody? Lines on Paper here, and this is not a review I thought I'd be doing. I actually had other plans for last week's comic pull, but this is my review of Avengers number 42 and this god-awful storyline that we are 3 parts into. Before we get too far into that, let's talk about my comic, Malevolent Rising, issue number 4, now funding on Indiegogo. Please go ahead and check that out. Now, back to our review. Avengers number 42. What have we done to the Avengers to deserve such a turd of a comic? So, first of all, let's get the elephant in the room out of the way. I know that there's been a lot of chatter online about certain creative decisions, character designs, looks for characters. But you know what? This has been talked about a lot on other channels. We're going to leave it at that. And we are going to move on because this comic book is guilty of so much more than piss poor character designs. So to understand what this story is, let's give a quick recap. The Phoenix Force has come to Earth. It is selectively possessing Avengers, then forcing them to fight to see which one of them is strong enough to be the next host of the Phoenix Force, and that is basically it. So to understand a little bit of context, we got to kind of go back to where they laid the siege for this story, which was in the 1 million BC Avenger comic, which featured a team of characters kind of on the early days of human civilization coming together to form the history's first Avengers team. We had Agamotto, the first Sorcerer Supreme, the first Ghost Rider riding as Woolly Mammoth, the first Black Panther, Odin's father Thor's father Odin, Lady Phoenix. The first vessel of the Starbrand energy is that kind of Hulk guy back there. And then that girl is the first Iron Fist. And that made up the first Avengers, the Dawn of Time. So this part of the storyline features mostly, obviously, on Lady Phoenix. Now, Lady Phoenix, when she was first introduced, thought was an interesting character, but I have to admit, when I first saw her, I thought she was Jean Grey, based on her look, her red hair, and everything else. I thought that since they've established that one of the Phoenix's duties is to destroy a timeline once it's run its course, and then from the ashes of the old universe create the new one, kind of the Phoenix, I thought that's what had happened, that Jean Grey had done away with a possible future, and now she's at the beginning of time as the Phoenix, and it was just going to be manifestation of her powers. To be honest, I was kind of okay with that origin, or at least I accepted it, but that didn't end up being what this character is. Turns out that this character is Mowgli from the Jungle Book. She was a human child who was abandoned by her family or tribe and then picked up by a pack of wolves and raised by jungle animals during the Ice Age. That is the BC Phoenix. She eventually leaves the wolves, and after she leaves the wolves, she ends up finding a group of mutants from the beginning of time or from the Ice Age. And so we've already stepped on several bits of continuity here from Marvel. First of all, first Avengers being formed at the 1 million BC mark. This Lady Phoenix, a human host of the Phoenix, when Jean Grey is supposed to be the first human host of the Phoenix, and now we've got mutants, at the dawn of human civilization. Now, let's start unpacking this. First of all, Apocalypse is the first mutant. That's always been his thing. He is the first mutant. For those of you who don't know Apocalypse's origin, he was born in Saba Noor, the early days of human civilization. Baby born with gray skin. They didn't know what to do with him. They tombed him alive. He ended up surviving it. He escaped his tomb, destroyed the civilization that had turned on him, ended up ruling Egypt, finding alien technology, and becoming the supervillain we know as Apocalypse. So that is his origin. He has always been the first mutant. Is it okay that we learn that he's not the first mutant? Okay, I mean, I can accept that. There was a lot of history before Apocalypse, and if that was the only bit of history that this book was traipsing all over, then that'd be one thing. But let's move on to the Phoenix itself. Now, the Phoenix is a big, radioactive, sentient bird made of fire. That's the Phoenix. It cruises through the cosmos, it guards creation and life, and mainly its original established purpose was it served as the protector for the M'Kraan crystal, which was a big artifact of the Shi'ar Empire that is a source of great power. I think it has like a pocket dimension inside of it or something. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I read the Phoenix Saga. Read those books, or if you want an even cooler interpretation, go back to the 90s X-Men. They did a great adaptation of the Phoenix Saga. Check it out. Anyway, the M'Kraan was tied to this, or the crystal and the Phoenix were tied together. The Phoenix is its guardian, and the only reason the Phoenix even came to Earth was because the crystal was stolen by Lilandra and brought to Earth, so the Phoenix obviously followed it, being that it's its protector. It needed a host because the M'Kraan was in danger, and the Phoenix is supposed to be, from what I understood, attracted to telepaths and psychics. That's why it went to Jean Grey. She was the most powerful psychic on Earth. The only time I can remember the Phoenix possessing people was during the horrendous X-Men versus Avengers storyline, where Iron Man had built a weapon that shattered the Phoenix into 5 parts, and those 5 parts each went into a different X-Man to be its host, because they were the closest vessels available to it, and I've already spoken enough about this terrible storyline, so we're going to move along. So now the Phoenix is on Earth. It's just possessing random heroes and then giving us these ridiculous Phoenixed out B-list Marvel characters that now have to fight each other to see who the ultimate host of the Phoenix is going to be. Your eyes are not deceiving you. That is Phoenix Howard the Duck. I told you, this story is trash. Moving right along. Here's the last and greatest defense. So it was established that in the BC Avengers timeline, Lady Phoenix and Odin kind of had a thing. And I guess it makes sense. Odin's supposed to be a young man at this point. So I guess he hadn't met Freya yet, the Asgardian witch that is eventually his wife and mother to Thor, or at least we thought mother to Thor, because you guessed it, Thor's real mother is the Phoenix, the radioactive sentient firebird. Not Freya the Asgardian witch, but the Phoenix. So, and she comes back at the end of 42 to claim her son. Really, I am not making that up. That is a thing that happened in a Marvel comic. So all the history we know of Thor, all of his lineage, all the history he has with his mother. I mean, just even remembering the movie where you had the scene in Avengers Endgame where he goes back in time and gets to see his mother one last time and how she sets him on his course. Nope. She's just the lady that raised him at some point when he was a child. Not his mother, not Loki's mother either. I mean, I guess Freya just never had any children in the Marvel Universe. So, his entire history is rewritten. The history of the mutants is entirely rewritten. The history of the Phoenix has been entirely rewritten. This story is just trash on wheels, a dumpster fire, an absolute crap of a comic. And an absolute load of a storyline. My lord. Now, I always thought Jason Aaron, or had assumed Jason Aaron to be a fairly competent writer, but he has proven me very, very wrong and proven my expectations for him exceedingly high. Like I said, you can play with continuity a little bit. You want to show Avengers as the first, or the BC Avengers as the beginning of the Avengers history. Okay, I mean, I thought we've established where the Avengers were founded before, but that can be looked over. You want to introduce mutants that live before Apocalypse. Okay, that's something that can be looked over too, but these ideas by themselves should be fairly large storylines. The Phoenix originating on Earth should have been a bigger revolution, but it's a revolution that if you look at the history just doesn't make any sense. You know, I don't know. I'm a continuity guy. I've been collecting comics for a long time, and I enjoy when stories build off each other. And those tend to be the more satisfying when you can see when they take seeds planted in earlier stories and grow them into something new, and the stories just grow and get richer by the addition of new history. But if you've got somebody who's going to just come over and steamroll all over established continuity and then just kind of wipe their feet on the remains when they're done, that doesn't do anything for me, because now all this continuity that I've been enjoying, all of the stories that have built on that previous continuity, they're just all out the window. So that's just my opinion on this. I'd like to know yours. Is continuity a big deal for you guys in comic reading? Do you like this Avengers storyline? Is there anyone out there that's a defender of this Enter the Phoenix story? Do you like the character designs of the Phoenix out heroes? Won't lie, a couple of them are good. There's some are very, very bad. How important is continuity to you in your comics? That's what I want to know. Please leave your comments in the comment section below. While you're there, please give this video a like and the channel a subscribe. It really helps me out. I've got a Patreon if you care to visit it. And again, my comic Malevolent Rising is funding on Indiegogo. And that's all I've got for today. So I will talk to you again soon.